Wow. I just had to watch the highlights from yesterday's game again because movie theaters need to stop showing movies, except Sinners. But movie theaters should stop showing movies and start showing Champions League games because this game between Barcelona and Inter Milan yesterday, it's one for the books. It is that one that needs to be hung in the Louvre. That's a game that belongs in a museum. That's a game that when you want to beautiful, unpredictable, unscriptable football is, that's the moment, that's the game that you want to show. This year we've been blessed with a lot of good games, not just in Champions League, but in Europa League, like that Man United versus Lyon game. Yeah, it's incredible. I also feel sorry for Lamine Yamal. I feel sorry for Rafinha. I feel sorry for who else? Frankie de Jong actually also had a good game. There are people that had a good game that did not deserve to be knocked out. But a lot of flowers have to be given to Inter Milan for that die-hard spirit. They are something else, that Inter Milan team. We're going to be talking about this for years, says Doctor. Shout out to Doctor, by the way. Lamine and Rafinha are going to be good. I hope so. Lamine Yamal, I saw images of Lamine Yamal just crying on the pitch yesterday. He felt like the world could just swallow him and just make him disappear. I felt the pain in that kid's heart, mainly because he tried, Shout out to Shay in the building. Shout out to Kenny Fed TV as well. And Kenny says football won. Inter deserved to win, and football won yesterday. Now, talking about winning, let's talk about this guy real quick. Has anybody seen this pasta? I gotta show
of the Champions League. It's a stiff battle, fierce battle between France and England. I am seeing an elongated time. But at the end, I am seeing PSG.
I'm seeing an elongated tie. But at the end, I'm seeing PSG
prevailing. And I'm seeing Spain and France in the final. But I'm seeing France close to it. But I saw Spain.
The pastor is seeing things. Let's break down his premonition real quick. Before we'll talk about Man United in a little bit. But let's hear what Pastor Uncle has to say here.
Snatching it.
He says he saw Spain snatching it, meaning Barcelona.
Commander General of the Prophetic Kingdom. Commander General.
Barcelona, France.
All right. If you're just tuning in, we're about to break down Commander General's prophetic vision about Champions League. I don't know, for me, African pastors and religion and football, I don't know how these two things merge, but let's hear him. Just give me 30 seconds. Let's hear him.
Paris Saint-Germain. Spain is defeating Italy.
So, Spain is defeating Italy. He got it wrong. But here he was prophesying, saying, you know what, I bet he was looking for more offerings. There must have been a lot of Barcelona fans in this church. I bet you there must have been.
England is playing against France. That is the final before the final of the champion.
England is playing against France. Does he mean Arsenal? Is playing PSG, and that's the final before the final.
It's a stiff battle, fierce battle between France and England. I am seeing an elongated time. But at the end, I am seeing PSG prevailing. And I'm seeing Spain and France in the final. But I'm seeing France close to it. But I saw Spain snatching it.
Commander General of the Prophetic Kingdom.
Commander General has spoken, guys. I would go back to that church and be like, man, I want my money back. Honestly, what is up with with African like first of all, football should not be entering religion. That's they don't belong in the same space, honestly. Ah, yo, what the hell? Shout out to, by the way, anybody that's tuning in, kindly hit the like button. That music, SLD is laughing. Shout out to Javid in the building saying, go, go, Botswana Papi. I guess that's what that stands for. Those unreal pastors. Exactly, SLD. I'd break into the church and be like, I need my money back. You know, I wasn't trying to buy a blessing, but pastor was just shoving this truth into my face, saying that Barcelona will go through. Nah, 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 nah. Anyway, let's give. First of all, I want to just start today's show with flowers that deserve to be given. I already was talking about, Barcelona, whatever, that's because they lost. But the real flowers go to Inter Milan. If I was in Milan last night, I would have wanted to be partying with Jan Sommer. There's no club that in Milan that's not gonna let Jan Sommer in. They could be full. They could be like, we are exceeding our safety limit. What? I'd be like, I'm with Jan Sommer. And they'll be like, they're opening in the back door, they open in the fire exit. Jan Sommer and the entourage are going in. Matter of fact, it's not just Jan Sommer who's a hero in Milan last night. I think Acerbi is somebody as well that deserves all the accolades, all the flowers. Matter of fact, I took interest in Acerbi's story because I believe it should be made into a documentary. If you didn't know, let's rewind, selector. Let's go back to 2012. So now Francesco Acerbi or Acerbi. That's how I believe the Italians do it. Say it. I do not speak any Italian. It's one of the Romance languages that I did not, unfortunately, study. But Acerbi was playing for AC Milan in 2012, and he lost his father that year. And that's when he hit rock bottom. He fell into alcoholism and depression. Very, 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 very sad story about what happened, because people deal with grief in different ways. And if you lose somebody as important as your father, you could actually crumble and the world can see it. And sometimes it happens where the world doesn't even step in to help you. But Acerbi went into deep alcohol dependency and depression in 2012 when he lost his dad. But guess what? After his father died, he said, this is Acerbi's word. He said, his actual words, I quote, "After my father died, it was as if I'd forgotten how to play or why I was playing. I started drinking, and believe me, I'd drink anything." And then he obviously departed from AC Milan. Acerbi joined Sassuolo in 2013. And but just as he was preparing for a fresh start, new chapter at Sassuolo, he was dealt with another devastating blow. Francesco Acerbi was diagnosed with testicular cancer during preseason. 2013. How difficult can life get? Now, I think we saw, what's his name? Dortmund. Is he Dortmund? What's his name again? Haller? Sebastian Haller, who also had some sort of cancer. But anyway, this is Acerbi's story. After he went to surgery to remove the tumor, he failed an anti-doping test a few months later, again due to irregular hormone levels caused by the return of the cancer. And then Acerbi said these words: "It might seem like a terrible paradox, but the cancer saved me." Listen to this. "I had something new to fight against, a limit to overcome." So he went from being depressed about his father, leaving AC Milan and going to play for a lower club in the Serie A like Sassuolo, and then he was dealt with this testicular cancer, and most people crumble and say, you know what, life has been unfair to me. I'm giving up. Some people, this is it. This is it. It's just like this the final straw. Let me follow my father. Whatever. People can get into suicidal thoughts and things like that. So, but Asebi looked at this cancer situation as a new challenge. So he said, I had something new to fight against, a limit to overcome. It was as if I got to start life all over again and saw the world in a way I had completely forgotten. Mm. Now, Asebi overcame all his setbacks, and it's truly inspiring how his career turned around in such a positive way. He went to become a European champion with Italy, winning the Coppa Italia with both Lazio and Inter. And yesterday, we saw him score his first Champions League goal. After everything he's been through, could he end up maybe lifting the Champions League trophy? He kept Inter's dream alive with a last-minute equalizer against Barcelona. When we saw, what's his name, Pedri, who was wasting time, thinking like, oh, Barcelona are through, and he was just like, there's pictures of him now, like Pedri was on the floor, like sticking his tongue out, like, pretending to be hurt, wasting time. And this was just so indicative of one of those things that, like, sometimes football can humble you in seconds. And Asebi got that goal, and that finish, let's be honest, there was a finish from it's almost like a striker type of finish. So yeah, I'm so happy for Francesco Achebi's story. And I really feel like many people would benefit from hearing about this, especially people that are battling cancer or any other like setback, or even losing somebody that's really close to you and dealing with grief, and like saying, look, you can also turn your story around. Your story doesn't have to end the way it's going right now. And you are a mastermind of your own destiny. So shout out to this inspirational story from Francesco Asebi. Hit the like button if you haven't done so. Let's talk about Manchester United Athletic Club in a moment. And also I'll share the link if you want to also share anything about yesterday's game or today's game. We got a big game today. PSG versus Arsenal. Football Power Hour. Just winning it again for Manchester United. Hey, shout out to you, by the way, if you're just tuning in. Are we doing yet another chill along today? Of course. As a matter of fact, today is what is it? It's a funeral along, bury along of Arsenal, right? Yeah, man. Yo, Joe Blackman in the building. Don't forget to hit the like button, by the way, if you're just tuning in. Rocks in the house. Shout out to Young Poppy. Oh man, yes, this truth is that story is so touching, right? Is truth is truth touching type of level. Asebi's story. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we're not gonna repeat it. Just go back to the first 10 minutes of the show. And yeah, let's talk about it. Man like Vegeta has been a member for what? Nah way. Yo, Vegeta, my brother, big up yourself, man. Nah. Respect for you for being a member for a year. Yo, guys. Memberships are open, Joe, you gotta go back to the beginning of the show, Shout out to Cundinho in the house. The link is in the chat, by the way. After you hit the like button, you can hit the link if you want to chime in and call in and let's talk. Yeah, there is no real particular structure. I just wanted to share that Achebi story because I thought that was really touching. And there's a couple of touching things, by the way, that has just been popping up in the world of football. Lucas Paqueta could miss the rest of West Ham's season as the mental strain from his ongoing spot fixing case takes a new toll. You know, he broke down in tears after receiving a yellow card, and the club is concerned he's not in the right state of mind to play. So yeah, Lucas Paqueta could miss the rest of the season due to just his state of mind right now. This is being reported by the Telegraph, by the way, because Paqueta is accused of deliberately getting booked to influence betting outcomes and could face a lifetime ban if found guilty. So he's sort of living on edge mentally because of that. So it's a little crazy. There's a lot of crazy things in the air right now. Big up to Young Poppy in the cut. What's up, Young Poppy?
Yes, my boy. Go on.
Chilling, bro. You know, we saw a Netflix thriller yesterday. I'm wondering how today's game is gonna go. You know, I'm wondering.
Facts, facts. Hey, real
Yeah,
quick, the big up
yeah,
Riri.
yeah. No
Big up
way,
Riri.
Riri. What? Riri. You know what? You and I.
Combination.
Thank you for this amazing combination gifting by Riri. 10 Football Power Hour memberships have been gifted. And if you have received a membership, say thank you to Riri. Come on. It's the only right thing to do. There's 11 people watching. There should be at least 11 likes. Reckless One has received a membership. 4 Pete has received a membership. Corner received a membership. Meta Football TV, who's a Barcelona fan, by the way, and Spurs fan, he received a membership as consolation for Barca getting kicked out. Lucian Kid 758 received a membership, and Abdullah also received a membership from Riri. King Stash and Meron T and Kundinho and Javed all gotta say thank you to Riri. Come on, man. Thank you for your
Fuck, the
generosity,
love
Riri.
spreading today. The love is in the
Right,
air.
right.
Fuck, big up
Ah,
Vegeta too.
whoa. Stop it. Vegeta is at it as well. Vegeta is like, you know what? I'm also gonna be a good
Combination.
Vegeta with the 5 memberships gifted, and these memberships have been given to um who let's see. Josh received a membership. Ruwa received a membership. TV Thrill received a membership. Nick and Planet Mo. Wait, is this Planet Mo? Like Planet Mo? Famous Planet Mo? Big up to Planet Mo, man. I didn't know you subscribed to the channel. Shout out to Planet Mo. Oh, word. And Vegeta. This is amazing, guys. Thank you so much, man. Ah. Yo. So let me welcome Doctor in the building and Riri
Hi.
as well in the building.
Hi, Bods. How are you?
You know, feeling the love in the air. Like,
Yeah.
how can I not be good? This is crazy. This is amazing.
Morning.
Yes.
Morning,
Blessings. Good
Riri.
morning.
Yeah. Ah, what? There's a couple of games today. The game today and the game tomorrow. I don't even know which game to start talking about first. Um, does anybody have any inclination of where to go
We could
first?
talk about our game. I don't know why we would want to talk about Arsenal today.
Well, because Champions League is the competition we dream to be in, and
yo, after that, to be fair though, after that game to yesterday,
yeah.
today's going to be a snooze fest, bro, and I'm gonna be tight, to be
And
honest.
I'm gonna be okay with it, especially if it's nothing.
You think we might just get a draw, like no, like or like go to penalties, or like what do you think? How do you think it's gonna go? That's like what Arsenal
I mean,
actually.
Arsenal's gonna score today. They're gonna score.
I believe
I
so
know that
too, though.
they're gonna
Yeah,
score
I
today.
do agree.
I don't see them scoring more than 2 goals, but I know they're gonna score today.
Yeah, I agree. It might be like 2-1 PSG or something like that.
But PSG will outscore them. Big
Big
up
up.
Kundino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been away for 2 weeks. I was away with my family.
No,
So
it's all
Oh,
good.
cool.
It looks like you've
that's
seen
not
the light.
no. It's sunny for in the United Kingdom. So for a surprise. Bro, I'm annoyed. I'm back in the United Kingdom. I'm annoyed, man. I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
Turkey was nice. Turkey was nice. So yeah,
What?
I
How
can't
long
lie.
were you in Turkey?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Were you getting a hair transplant? Let's see.
No, I don't need the head transplant. If I go bald, I'll embrace. My dad was getting teeth implants.
Oh, nice, nice,
So,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
So,
Well,
if I go bald, I'll embrace it. So yeah, I couldn't care less about. And plus, people can mock me because I know what I'm gonna look like. If I go bald, I'll look like Abomination or Deadpool with all the humps and bumps and lumps on my head from all the operations I've had. From all the operations I've had. I can send it to the group chat. You can share it. I couldn't care less. It's because of my medical
I
condition.
love that
So,
energy, though. I love that energy.
we all gotta
you
embrace.
embrace it.
That's
No,
true,
I'll be honest,
exactly.
because you guys are not. I used to be cussed in school. I used to get called melon head, egg head, all sorts,
Yeah.
a light bulb, mega mind. Yeah, so all sorts because of all my operations on my head. So yeah, trust me, me being cussed in the football community is nothing worse than I've been cussed in real life. Trust me. So yeah,
Word.
it's calm.
No, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Shout out to Vegeta as well, who's joining us. Big up, Vegeta.
Yo, what's happening, broski? Happy 1
Chilling.
year of memberships, bro. I see
Come
you.
on, bro. What? Time passes by so quickly, It's
Yeah, bro. Because I joined memberships literally the day you dropped them. I became a
yeah.
member. Remember?
Wow.
It's
Wow.
been a year, bro.
Incredible. Incredible. So anyway, so let's chime in first. Let's start PSG Arsenal. Let's start the conversation there. And like somebody Riri said, she sees Arsenal scoring, and Doctor also said that. What do you think? Continue.
I think they'll score, but it will mean nothing. It will mean nothing. I'm telling you, it will mean nothing. It'll be a 1-1.
Why are
It'll be
you
a 1-1 in
convinced?
history. Bro, they're rubbish. They're rubbish. Arteta band is not going to do anything, man. They're going to score a goal from a set piece, and that's it. They're not going to go. PSG they've got the best midfield in the world. The best midfield in the world, top 5.
Are we saying this because it fits the narrative right now? It's
No,
what
I
we
know.
want,
They're away. They're away. If you know PSG ultras, trust me, like the atmosphere is going to be unbearable. They're not going to rise up to the occasion. Trust me. I'll underestimate Arsenal. I'll hold my hands up. I'll be the first one here and say I was wrong. But even if they go to the final, if they're losing, it's Inter Milan. They're not winning it.
Do you
Inter
feel the
Milan will
same
win it
way,
easily.
Vegeta? What do you think, bro?
All I know is after watching yesterday's game, Arsenal know deep down inside they are just participants. They are winning
Facts,
nothing.
Vegeta. Facts.
They are just participants. They saw real football yesterday. They have to show up today because of the rules and obligations. Or they don't have to, they can forfeit, but they know the truth. They would be wasting our time if they went through.
I mean, there was doubts that whatever Dembele might not be there, but he trained with the team.
He's in training. He's in training. Yeah, he's fit and ready. He's been cleared.
Yeah, so for me, that's like one player that I was like, yeah, if there's somebody that can truly hurt Arsenal, because they're gonna come they're gonna want to get a goal.
Even if they have their best defense, you saw how Timber was getting cooked by their wingers. I think it's over before it is even started. So I'm not gonna. I'll be the first one to say I was wrong, but they're not winning. They'll be lucky to get to the UCL final, let alone win it. So yeah.
So what's your score prediction then?
1-1. I'm telling you.
1-1. Okay. I could see that.
Loki Arsenal was lucky at home, bro. They could have conceded more goals, bro.
Facts.
I can see 3-0 today, bro. I feel like sometimes we're giving these people too much respect for doing nothing.
Bro, Trossard had a 1-on-1. Martinelli had a 1-on-1. If they hit those balls harder, like and with a little bit more precision.
But boss, the same thing can be said for PSG. PSG could have scored 6. PSG could have scored double the amount of chances that they've had.
Don't let that 1-0 fool you, bro. We saw that game.
I'm just saying, bro. It's a game of football. Anything can happen at this.
But you know what the problem is, bots.
Like even yesterday, I mean, like we saw that football heritage prevailed, whatever, yesterday. But like,
but yesterday was a continuation of the last game. So what we saw last game, we saw yesterday.
Yeah,
you get me. It was two quality teams doing quality teams things. What I'm trying to say, okay, listen to me. What I'm trying to say is that Arsenal came from the high of beating a bad Real Madrid and said, "Don't chat to us, blood." And we beat Real Madrid, blood. They thought they were facing Real Madrid, and then they found out a real team is not the same. It's not the same team. Enrique,
Because Vegeta, I'll tell you why they won against Madrid. This Madrid side are a team of individuals compared to Arsenal, which are a team. The thing with PSG, they're a team with a top coach and with an actual tactical setup. So for me, that it's over. It's over already. It's over already. Them being one, the PSG only needed a goal. They could have killed them, but one goal's enough. Arsenal have to come out and attack, and they have a toothless attack. Let's be honest. Apart from Saka, their attack is useless.
Yeah, the thing is they have Thomas Partey now, and Thomas Partey is an unsung hero of that Arsenal midfield. That is why, like, I feel like, yeah, it fits what our agenda, it fits what we want as a rival. This is exactly what we want Arsenal not to go through. But those guys, anything could happen. It's a game of football. I'm not, obviously I want PSG to go through, but anything could happen, and that's why I want to get them a prediction with chest. Men like Kenny Fan TV joined us. Yale says it's gonna be Arsenal.
Bigger bots.
Bigger
bots.
Tell us.
Bigger bots. Bigger bots. I want to. I just want to say some like a quick quote that a certain man who's going to say. We're smoking
that
on the Champions League to be proud of pack.
Shout out to men like Lee Ghana.
So we got to the semis pack.
We did smoking on we got to the
we got a semi pack.
Pray for Paris, guys. Pray for Paris.
But sir, on the real though, like Kenny, how do you think the scoreline is gonna go? Because I want to finish the PSG.
Yeah,
get to United.
Yeah, I think Arsenal, but got no choice but to really get their first goal, because first goal in the second leg is really vital. So I mean, you're right. You're right. Like literally anything can happen. Arsenal still have a chance, in my honest opinion, and I think this game is going to be tight. I think it could be a 2-2 draw, or could be a 2-1 or PSG win. So yeah.
All right. Did everybody give that score prediction? Because I know some Coutinho.
You know what bots? 2-1 PSG for me. I'll go 2-1 PSG. Yeah.
Okay. I see a 3-1 PSG. That's my prediction.
I guess I could give a prediction.
Go ahead.
I think Arsenal's gonna score, but you know what? 2-0 PSG. Yeah.
Arsenal is gonna score, but it's gonna be 2-0 PSG. Huh?
Psychology. I see it.
Psychology. Offside. Offside. Offside.
Oh, it's gonna be a VAR situation.
The VAR.
I'm telling you. I don't. There's only one person on this footballing space, on YouTube space, that I believe in reverse psychology, and that is this guy in my avatar, the Nigerian Epstein. I call him the Nigerian. Yes. He's the only guy when he says something, the opposite happens. He's the only guy on footballing YouTube. He has the footballing.
So what
power.
did he say the scoreline is going to be? Or predict?
He said Arsenal are going to win 2-1. He said Arsenal are going to win 2-1.
Reverse. It's going to be reverse then.
Yeah, so it's going to be reverse.
It's going to be reverse. Okay.
No. He said no. Let me correct myself. I think he said 3-something. So, yeah. So I'm telling you this. Yeah, I'm waiting for the cookout because for me, I prefer PSG to win the Champions League because I can't stand Inter because of Judge Mo, footy Judge Mo.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the only reason. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. And him twerking for Arsenal so all season. So he's
Yeah, I did.
If Inter Milan and Arsenal are in the final, who's he going to support? Who's he going to support? Seriously, who's he going to support? Is he gonna twerk for his Arsenal viewers, or is he gonna actually back his team? So I don't know.
Back the manager, back the club, yeah.
Back the manager, yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, no.
Well, let's see who cares about who cares about the Champions League. We're here for one team only. Come on, let's not beat around the bush. Let's not beat around the bush.
Let's get to it, guys. Have you heard? I don't know if you heard. If you heard the good news.
What you heard, guys?
This is the Nico and Inaki Williams have been ruled out of Athletic.
I know we old news already.
Yeah,
bro.
I saw that.
Yeah, but they're scrubs.
Yeah, there's some people that may or may not know the news.
Scrubs.
But now, what does that mean? How does this
They're both scrubs. It doesn't change anything. They're both scrubs.
Facts.
They're both
exactly.
Well, I have to defend as a Ghanaian national. I have to slightly defend Inaki because he plays for my national team, and I'm not sure he's going to play.
Guyana.
Doctor. I support the Netherlands because I'm Dutch, and there's a player that a lot of teams want in the creative midfield, and that's Xavi Simons, and that guy is a scrub. That guy is one of the biggest overrated midfielding scrubs in Europe, and apparently he's wanted. He's not even worth maximum. He's worth 40 million pounds. No, 40 million pounds. And that guy's
only Ghanaians can say the Williams brothers are scrubs. Okay.
And I call that scrub who plays for Liverass, who's the captain, aka Virgin van Dijk, apparently the greatest centre back to play in Premier League history. Yap Stam's better than him, man. I can't stand United and Yap Stam's clear of him. Yap Stam is clear of him by a mile.
Bro.
To be fair, that's true. That's true.
This guy,
I won't lie. Virgil van Dijk is overrated. I won't lie.
Facts.
I've said this for a while too as well.
Fans, they get mad.
Disney says Brad.
Poetry.
So I call him the Dutch Maguire. People as much as they slate Delict, Delict used to be the Dutch Maguire. But for me, it's Van Dijk more so. Every time there's a big tournament, and apparently he saves himself and he actually looks after himself.
He doesn't, bro.
He doesn't. He is the weak link in that defense. He is the weak link.
Exactly.
Bro, your entire Dutch team are choke artists. To be fair.
To be fair, it's only Xavi Simons and Virgil.
To be fair, your entire Dutch team is a pack of choke artists. So it's not just one person. It's not Van Dijk in the back. It's not. They're just choke artists, like legit. And this is coming from somebody who grew up watching the Dutch team because my neighbor to the right, Suriname, which is Dutch, and you got Dutch Guyana. I grew up watching the Dutch team, and the Dutch team of old, those guys were a force. Rude was a force. You know what I mean? Yeah. Rude with his dreadlocks running through the middle of the field is a force. This current Dutch team, choke artists, all of them, every last one of them.
In fact,
it's not gonna lie, they did get cheated out of the last World Cup.
No, that was look. I will never acknowledge that little munchkin, aka that little manhole, the most, aka Messi,
the ref's child.
No, I call him the little munchkin, the little manhole. I call him. I can't stand that guy. I really can't stand that guy. I really can't stand that. I've never seen him play dirty in my life.
Did he do this in front of the judge?
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
I saw.
But they call him the most humble player.
Was it like
crazy.
I think it's I think it was like Enzo Fernandez who literally kicked the ball towards like the bench.
People are saying I'm not Dutch. I need to get my Dutch ID card and I need to get my Dutch passport to prove it to people. But the only thing I'm worried about is that people will screenshot and then probably do identity fraud. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm
You
worried
speak
about.
Dutch. That's
No, I'm just I like footballing space. I'm on tons of footballing channels. I can't stand United. Come on, it's a satanic club. How can I support? How can I support a club that has a devil's badge? That's why I can never understand. That's why no offense. That's why I can never understand whether a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim can support United when it has a devil as a badge.
Support United and I believe in Christ.
Nobody cares about. Hold up. Nobody cares about that devil, bro. Ain't nobody care about that devil.
And I believe in
I couldn't care less.
And on top of that,
you know
bro,
what's so funny?
Where are your morals? You support a cheating club. Where are your morals?
Most people cheat in life, even the most religious.
But there you go. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Nobody.
Get out of here.
Nobody.
But for SLD, the Netherlands don't have a green card. They don't have a green card. I need to get my Dutch ID card. One second.
Oh, this chaos Gaza. Men City fans. Oh gosh. Anyway.
Man City slash Barcelona fans are the same, to be honest.
Right? No, it's Man City and Real Madrid that he supports. Right?
No, but getting back to the conversation of tomorrow.
Man is showing his identity card. Oh my god. It's showing your identity card in the YouTube space. That's mad.
What's going on here?
Shout out Kundillo, man. Guys, do not hunt him down. He just showed you his ID card.
Address.
Doctor, was that your neighbor who was drilling?
Oh,
yes.
Shut up, SLD.
Yes, it was my neighbor. Oh my god.
SLD, man.
Guys.
Doc, did you have your window open?
No. He's drilling on the side of the wall that we share a wall.
What's he drilling?
Oh.
No idea. And he's drilling again. Oh.
I can hear it.
Oh, that is crazy. Is he like putting in like too. It sounds like he's like you know what it is now, but because my house is similar to like those in the UK where they're like joined. Yeah, once your neighbor is doing any kind of work on their side of the wall, it's like it's resounding in your house. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
nuts.
Neighbor like that. Yeah. This is tough. Hopefully, it's a good thing you are not planning on taking a nap right now. Anyway, welcome Ronald to the conversation as well. Let's go back to Man United Athletic
Big up
Club.
bots.
Big up Ronald.
Yeah, I think we need to at least score 2 goals tomorrow.
Agreed.
Do we need to though?
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yes, we do. We need to score. We need to score. We need to score.
Let's not forget.
Why not just nil?
Guys, let's not forget that we almost lost to Coventry City. We bottled a 3-0 lead.
Let alone that. Leon. Come on, Leon. You need
even Leon as well. We almost lost that game.
We need to score tomorrow.
We have to score. Let's be honest.
I wouldn't go
not 15 goals.
I wouldn't go that far.
I was reading reports that
I take a 2-0 win.
Save some goals for the final. I don't want to score goals tomorrow. I'd rather save them for the final. Like we've seen this team finish all the goals and then struggle.
Bots, we have to score tomorrow, man. We have to score first. I really couldn't care less. Just score 2 goals.
Kill them.
It's simple. Kill them.
Finish.
Total
combat settings, bro. What is this merciful? Since when do we show mercy?
The price of crack has gone down. Somebody check on Yale, please.
But at the end of the day, they are not bringing in 3 of their players, even in the traveling squad. So why not?
No, but
why not score more goals?
Why overexert? Like
step on their necks.
It's okay. We have to score more goals.
So basically, what you're saying, bots, is going into the final, we should have a drop in form, huh?
Exactly.
No.
Speak on it, Ronald.
All I'm saying is
when is the final?
I want to have a consistent performance. I want another 3-0. So when we go into the final, we are good enough to score at least 2 or 1.
I'm with Yalis as well, selling everyone in the team if we don't score.
Yeah, is reckless, bro.
Can we sell some fans? Is it possible? I have a list of few names on Excel sheet. I would like to sell those fans as well.
Say names. If you're brave.
Name names, bro. Name names.
If you're brave,
name names. Riri, your name is in there, so don't worry. You're good.
Say the name.
You're good.
Let me guess.
It's a Riri.
Let me guess.
Riri is in there. Riri is in there. Maybe
hear
Doctor
names.
to Arsenal. Maybe Doctor to Arsenal. Maybe. I don't know.
Let me guess. I know probably some names.
Arteta might like the consistency of electric bulbs, and Doctor might be able to help with some syringe operational analogies for their team, how to finish it.
Doctor doesn't even want to respond to that.
She's busy with the neighbor and the antics going there.
Or the neighbor.
No, continue. I just want to ask you a quick question.
Go ahead.
Brother, how do you feel about Kevin De Bruyne being the second option for a Saudi team?
It's got nothing to do. I couldn't care less. Bro, the guy's finished. What can I say? He's finished. It's got nothing to do.
So the guy who won you 4 trophies is finished now, huh? Okay. Let's see how you respect.
No, he's finished. He's 34. He's 34. Compared to your guy who's what? 30?
I agreed with this. I agree with this one. I agree with this one.
What, sell rants to Spurs?
I agree with that 100%, bro. I agree with that.
You guys are reckless, you know. Man, big up, man.
KDB is finished. KDB is finished right now at 34.
Come on.
Modric is bossing there in Real Madrid. Okay, there's
his legs are gone. Come on, like look, like seriously.
Yeah. Why
But,
are they not offering this much
hold on.
money?
But Coach has a question. He wants to know how long you're going to be live.
Oh,
live.
I saw love and I was just like, I'm not going to go.
You almost
No, he's
went for it.
He's probably in it. Yeah, he's probably. That's driving texting. I recognize that very well.
I close my blinds now.
That's driving texting.
We got.
I recognize. You know me. I recognize driving texting anyway.
You know how it is. Yep. Yeah. Stay safe on the road, cause we got 20 more minutes. So we're here for it's a whole hour. But anyway, well, Ronald was asking Coutinho about Kevin De Bruyne. It made me wonder. Like, did you guys see the supposed things that?
It's not supposed. It is official. What's supposed? What allegedly are you talking about?
I'm talking about the contract that Bruno apparently has been offered.
Yeah, and he rejected. Let's move.
It's a madness. You guys saw it?
Yeah, he rejected $1 million a week for United. Man loves the club.
1 million a week, bro.
65 million annually. He rejected that.
Real quick, did you guys hear him actually say that he rejected it? Or it was like reports on it?
It's Ronald.
He rejected it.
No, it's
Did it come out of his mouth?
It's reports that
the same way it was reported that he's been offered.
It's reported by the club. It's reported by the club that at this point in time, he's not going to accept the offer. However, if they come with more money, it's not known what his decision will be. But as of right now, he stated that he's not interested in going to Al Hilal.
I still feel like it's weird that they're bringing all this up. Then we have a big game tomorrow,
bro. But that always happens, young puppy. Like legit, that always happens,
and everybody falls for it every time.
Yeah. The media always does this. Like I don't know what the hate is about Manchester United, but
every time we have a big game coming up,
every time we have a big game, or like they always got something to stir the pot.
You guys don't remember,
and this is not the first offer that he's been given. This is the second time he's been offered that money.
No, definitely, for sure, definitely, we know that
because he was offered a similar contract last year. He rejected that time too.
I think this is a typo here. 120 mil
seriously, you guys, this could fast track your rebuild
forever. That's why
you selling him, you can get big money for him. Could rebuild your squad even quicker than what
happened last time. You got big money for a player to rebuild a squad.
So, continue. Just to give you perspective, right?
No, but
The
this is where
last time I'm not saying both the players. Hold on, I'm just responding to your initial question,
One
right?
person at a time.
So the last time we sold a big name player, and I'm not saying that both the names are in the same sentence because they really cannot be, right?
Oh,
But
don't do
when we
that. Don't.
sold,
No, we're not gonna do
no, no,
that.
no, no,
Let's
no,
go to the
no, no.
real big player.
I'm talking
Let-
about Ronaldo basically. When we sold
yes.
him, right? And I'm saying Ronaldo and Bruno are not in the same sentence. They are in different sentences. But that was the big name. We were never able to rebuild upon Ronaldo. Go
Who
check
did we
who did we
got?
bring in as replacements for
What?
Ronaldo.
Michael Owen,
Brother, shit.
Oberton, and
That's
who?
what we got.
Oberton. Yeah, Oberton as well. Yeah, we got him.
This is why I disagree.
No.
You didn't have a competent board. You have
Brother,
arguably one.
You're
a good
disagreeing
board.
as a club who's never done a rebuild. What do you know about rebuilds? All you know is blank checks.
We've done a rebuild twice.
Chat to me.
No.
Don't chat to me
This is what
about
you don't.
rebuilds.
This
You
is what you
just
don't know
blank
about our
checks.
rebuild. We got freaking
Ah.
full grandpas in midfield. We got full
Rebuild
grandfathers
with,
in midfield.
rebuild
We got
with
full
Gundogan.
grandfathers.
How's that
We
going?
got full
Well,
grandfathers in
technically,
midfield.
Coutinho is on a rebuild right now, right?
Yes,
He's going to go into one. He hasn't gone into one.
we've gone into a rebuild twice.
No, I
When
think no.
KDB,
That's not that.
Bernardo,
I
and
mean,
Gundogan, he's going to go into one.
rivalry aside. When Pep came in, Pep overhauled that entire squad. Like he legit overhauled that
But
entire squad
Riri,
when he
overhauling an
came
entire
in.
squad with a blank check and overhauling an entire squad of
No,
money we might
not
get
entire.
with selling Bruno.
Not
So
entire.
our story would be more similar to
No. I
Liverpool
get what. Yeah, I mean your point is fair, Ronald. But to say they don't know what a rebuild is, that is not accurate either.
See, the
why
thing is,
I
again,
disagree.
it's semantics, right? Where I'm coming from, I'm talking about rebuilding with constraints of money. Now, what Liverpool did when they sold Coutinho, they bought Virgil van Dijk and Alisson with that money. That's smart. Has City done that? No. They had a blank checkbook and they used their blank checkbook. If we had a blank checkbook, we would have done that time ago ourselves. But we don't really have that kind of facilities.
I mean, in that respect, yes, you are correct. But for me, when people say certain things, like you have to give context to it. So now you've given context to it. You know, it's fair. It's fair. But like just to say they have never done a rebuild, that's not like you would definitely have to add context to it.
This is when I hear United fans saying we're letting go of certain players that are leaving on a free. We let go of players that left on a free. Kolarov was at the end of his contract. Zabaleta was at the end of this contract. We let them go. We let them go after a season with Pep.
You see how your list ended with 2 names?
No, I haven't finished.
Add more names. Go on, I'm listening.
Yaya Toure, after that season, we let go of him. We brought in his replacement before, so we let him go on a free in 2018. He left on a free.
Who was Yaya's replacement?
Right. Yaya Toure, right, yeah. And how many years did he play after that?
He played 0. He played 0. I don't know why. He retired.
So what's the basic point that you are saying?
Brother, you're talking to a fan base who's let go of a player who then went on to have drug charges and might come back to a different club and still boss out. We have let go of so much talent in our lifetime that it is beyond repair. Some of the players that, and Herrera, for instance, should have never been gone. We left him.
Now I agree with 100%. When we let go Ander Herrera, I was like, these people don't know what they're doing.
Second goalkeeper, absolutely should have never left, but he wanted the first team game, right? We couldn't convince him to stay. So we also have a mad list of players that have gone. Pogba, like the list goes on.
Oh my god.
Mute, Doc, mute.
What the hell is going
Mute the
on?
mic.
It's so much commotion.
That man, no, whatever her neighbor is doing, bro, like he's putting up a whole new wall or something. Cause
no, this is like intense because last week it was going on too. So this has been going on, I think.
But that's what I'm saying. So maybe they gutted the whole house and they're reframing it. Like that sounds crazy.
I think they're hiding.
Breaking news. Bots. Breaking news. Doctor is is rumored to be at the Emirates.
So that's who. That's Arteta drilling.
Yes,
so I guess
probably.
they're getting rid of the trophy
Probably.
cabinet. They don't need it.
They don't.
They're gutting out the trophy cabinet. It's actually funny you guys were talking about Herrera like a minute ago, though. He actually said he hopes Athletic reaches the finals, but he used to play for him, so you can't even hate on it.
Also, my brother, Young Pappy, because you asked about a credible source, David Ornstein has quoted himself stating that
It was rhetorical.
Bruno is not
It was rhetorical, Ronald.
Oh, rhetorical. I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Hey, yo. Hello, hi.
Big up, Joe.
What's
Oh,
going
Joe,
on?
you're here.
I am here. I had to just jump in real quick because everybody's talking about a rebuild. Yeah, like you have to get like for like, and this is what's pissing me off. Yeah, and some
Joe, it
people
doesn't take much to piss you off, bro. I mean,
and I'm not even in a good mood.
people could just
Joe's gonna crash out.
people could just start talking and you get pissed off, brethren.
Joe, no one
Just
said.
note that I
Joe,
kept
no one
quiet
said-
that whole
Joe,
segment.
no one said about like for like.
I'm talking. You know what?
I
We
gave
was in
an
the chat.
example.
Yeah. You know what? People were speaking about after you mentioned the Ronaldo thing. People in the chat, especially the great one, yeah, were saying we never rebuild after Ronaldo. Blah blah blah. I'm like, blood. Did we not win after Ronaldo left? Let me tell you something about a rebuild. Yeah, a rebuild doesn't mean you have to get like for like. A rebuild doesn't even mean you have to replace that player in that same position. Yeah, with someone of that caliber. Because guess what? You should have things in other areas of the pitch that you are confident in. If you're going to sell that star player, if I sell my star player for big money, I'm confident that with 1 or 2, maybe 3 additions to the team, that we can still go ahead and win things. As long as we're winning things, bro, rebuild, successful, done.
So, Joe, which one was a successful rebuild? Was it Ronaldo replaced at United, or was it Liverpool replaced at? Coutinho replaced at Liverpool. Which one do you think is a more successful rebuild?
It's a good question.
Good question.
I would say the Ronaldo one because we won things straight away. It's not like
No, because it didn't. You know what it is. You know what it is, Joe. Yes, we won things, but you have to remember we still had man like Rooney, we still had man like Evra, we still had man like
Nani as well.
like Nani, we still had man like we had a lot. We had but listen, let me finish. Listen, let me finish.
And then great one will talk.
Yeah, let me finish. So we still had we still had those players that knew how to win things, right? But the players that we bought with the money that we sold Ronaldo for were shit players that could not pick the ball up after men like Evra left and after men like Nani left. And that is what when you're rebuilding, you're bringing people in who's going to carry you for another 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, but
and
really,
continue the success. You're not bringing somebody in that's not gonna be worth shit or do shit in the next 2 years. That's not a successful rebuild. It is not. For me, it's not.
Okay, for you it's not. But let me just tell you this straight away. Yeah, you see what you just said there. Yeah, about Evra. It was the only one, and Nani was the only one that could carry the ball. After that, yeah, that wasn't until after Sir Alex left that we had to replace those guys. Yeah, they were there. They were still there.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying though, the guys that they brought in with the money that they sold Ronnie for, when they sold Ronnie, the guys that they brought in weren't for future. They just brought in guys, and that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna,
because
hold on, since I asked the question,
I need to hear the great
replacement.
Since I asked the question, let me conclude that's okay.
Ronald.
No, let what talk. It's his show.
Joe and Ronald will come to you after, but we gotta welcome the great one to this conference because I know he has something to say about this.
Yo, big up everyone, big up everyone. I want to address Joe Blackman's comment. Joe said that he won stuff after we sold Ronaldo, so the rebuild was successful. I disagree. Sir Alex won regardless. When Ronaldo was there, we were undisputedly the best team in Europe. Undisputed. You get me? Like when we won the league, you like, Man United is the best team in the world. You get me? When Ronaldo left, we won the league, but you could clearly see we are weaker. We went to the Europa League and Bilbao knocked us out. We're not strong. We're not strong anymore. You get me? That was 2 seasons after Ronaldo left, because we played in the final. But look at the team that played in the final. We had like people like Park. It was not the same team. When we played Barcelona in 2009 and 2008, we were like equals. In 2011, we were like, we're in the final, yes, but come on, these guys are like miles ahead of us. You get me? Then the next season, we dropped down to Europa League. Sir Alex Ferguson, the best team. We still won the league, by the way. That's what I'm saying. Sir Alex would win the league regardless. His final season, we won it with Tom Cleverley. I think it was Tom Cleverley, Anderson in midfield. Raphael could play there sometimes. That was Sir Alex. Give him anything, he's going to win, bro. You get me? But we're no longer the strongest team, bro. We were weaker. We're like maybe
hold on, but see what you said there. You addressed me, right? So let me just respond to this straight away. Yeah, you see what you're saying about, oh, we're not the strongest team. That doesn't make a difference if we're the strongest team or not. If the man can find a way to win, think about it, bro. Yeah, if the man says I can win with this team, yeah, is it then not successful? I said so. The summer comes, yeah. The summer comes, I'm going to sell my biggest player. In fact, remember he was going to leave the season before, yeah? And my man said, listen, my bro, listen, I need you one more season. Let me sort this out. Yeah, he waited one more season, just like Alex asked him. Alex got his shit together, said, look, next season I'm going to be losing this guy. Let me figure out what we can do without this guy. He did that. Yeah, he already did that from the season, bro. Let me just tell you. Yeah. And then when he comes in, when he left, yeah, I hear what I read that as well. But you know what? The funny thing is, yeah, when he left, he was already prepared for the leaving. If you get what I'm saying. So replacing like for like, or you're saying that we're weaker. Yeah, sure, we was weaker because guess what? Replacing Ronaldo at that time was near impossible, fam. Think about it. Think about it. Yeah, it was near impossible at that time to replace the talent of Ronaldo, bro. Who was you going to get? Messi? Who was you going? No, who was you going to get? Who was you going? Who could rival Ronaldo, bro? Remember, his only rival on this planet was Messi. There was no one as good. Yeah. So no matter who you got, we was going to be a weaker team. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Because we lost the superstar.
Obertan. Let's be Michael.
Bro, we lost the superstar. Bro, you never know what. Bro, when we bought Ronaldo, he wasn't Ronaldo. You know. Remember when we bought Ronaldo, there was another guy that we bought as well that was supposed to be better than him, and Ronaldo ended up being the one. So you can say Obertan all you want, but guess what? You don't know who's going to be what, and especially under Alex Ferguson.
Joe, you don't have to scream for us to get your point, bro. You're screaming like you're yelling for no reason, brethren. Like legit yelling. Nah, I love you, bro. I love you, but Joe, you don't gotta scream. We hear you. We hear you, Joe.
Screaming. I wasn't screaming yet. Now I'm screaming. Yeah. Okay. I just got the phone.
This is Joe's normal conversation volume, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with him.
This is Mike.
Ronald, you wanted to chime in earlier.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I kind of understand where Joe is coming from, but he's not really looking at the point that I'm trying to make over here. When I'm saying rebuilding after 2 players sold, and I'm not comparing the both in any capacity. When Ronaldo was sold, we bought a certain amount of players that those players categorically, individually did not push us to win great things. However, when let's say someone like the other guy was sold, Coutinho was sold, they brought in Virgil van Dijk and Alisson, who were pivotal in them winning few more trophies in the time to come. Yes, given the point that we did have a good enough team and we did not need more star names, but could have we done something different? Because we did get 3 players. Owen was a short-term signing. Valencia came good. I wouldn't comment on that. But out of the 3 players, one won as a trophy, and the other one was a good captain. But the last one was just decent. And the amount of money we sold Ronaldo for, I think was a record at the time, if not.
Yep.
So we got good money. I would have. That's why I'm saying like we. Now, and the question doesn't go back to Ronaldo. That's a mute point. That's just an example to take, because now we're looking at a potential sale of Bruno Fernandes. So where do we go from here? If we sell Bruno, I want to see replacements coming in that are going to elevate the team, not replacements that are going to give you, okay, you know what? okay, here's a 10 mil player, here's a 20 mil player, here's a 30 mil player. We sold Bruno for 150. You know, Glazers haven't taken dividends for the last 3 years, so now it's time to take dividends, bro. But then that, because now in the summer, the 18-month lockdown period for Glazers to take any dividends is over. Now they can rightfully take their dividends like they used to take in the past. So any big signing that goes out of the window leaves room for those scrubs to take the money from the books because they haven't taken the money in the last 3 years.
Anybody jumping in? Because I will. I'm just trying to be nice.
Can I just ask Ronald one question on that?
Yeah.
If we do sell Bruno,
yeah,
what's one player to replace him?
You can't though.
See, I'm gonna name a name, but
You
that's
replace with 4
unrealistic.
players. You
Do you
replace
want me
with 4
like?
players, not one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can give you an unrealistic name, Valverde, but that's unrealistic. Like I said, if you go out look in the market right now with the caliber he is performing, with the output he has, with the time or the effort he gives on the pitch, there are not many names out there that would be coming to the club. Yeah, Cunha could be one of the names that the club might be looking at, and that's like 60 million down the budget anyway. So if you're selling him for
Real
150,
Madrid's Valverde?
Yeah, that's what I said. But I also
Yeah,
said it's an unrealistic name. I said Valverde, but that's an unrealistic name. But that's the guy I would want Bruno to be replaced by because he's a versatile player, can play multiple positions, and is a good future captain. He's a good future captain. Man's a future captain for Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's not a bad shout. I just wanted to see where your head was at. That's all.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say.
No pun intended.
Bro, Musiala has signed the deal already. Wirtz is looking at either going to Bayern or is.
I think Wirtz is going Bayern.
Real Madrid.
I think Wirtz is going Bayern.
Palmer is on. He's in the prisoner of Azkaban. So forget that.
Yeah.
Barella hasn't.
Yeah, forget about Palmer. Yeah.
How many? Wharton, I don't even know this brother. Edison. Brother, I've seen 5 Edisons, 4 of them failed. The only Edison I know that has successfully played is the goalkeeper of Man City. Has more assists than Onana. Shout out to Doctor.
Damn.
Man found a way to cook 2 people.
Quartz is right. You don't replace Bruno with one player. Yeah. So you see, when you guys, I was going to ask this question to the panel, right? Because someone was saying about, you don't want to be buying like a 10 million player here, 10 million player there, 10 million. Why not? Because if you get about 3 of them, because what was Ronaldo? You remember our greatest player that has been at this club, Ronaldo, right? Our superstar.
We bought him for like 7 or 17.
How much did he cost, bro? That's what I'm trying to say to you. You keep saying people are like, we shouldn't be getting this and that to replace Bruno, but why not, bro? If we buy 7 potential supers, let me finish my sentence, bro. 1 second. Hold on. Be respectful.
Your thought is already in the wrong direction. That's why I'm interrupting.
Maybe, but you can tell me when I'm finished, innit? Hold on.
Okay.
1 second.
Cool.
Yeah. So listen, but if we buy 7 youngsters unknown out of the money that we get for him, and 3 of them come good, was that not good business?
Now, can I respond if you're done?
Of course, I'm quiet now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Perfect. So here's the response. When we bought Ronaldo, we were in a comfortable position to actually integrate Ronaldo, let him flourish in the team, let him cause error and chaos and still be okay. We are in a current situation where once Bruno's gone, shit is hitting the fan and it's spreading everywhere on everyone. No one's safe, right? And you want to bring in 7 young youths to actually ball out on the pitch. They are not going to sustain. We need to at least, the reason why I said not go for like 10 million, 20 million wonder kids is because if you're going to replace Bruno, at least bring me some Prem proven players. I would accept like an Eze, a Cunha, those kind of players, right? I'm looking at Prem proven players who have played in the league and we can at least rely upon them that they've come good in maybe those positions that they played in the previous team. I'm not going to look at a wonder kid out of some Serie A that was given a team of the season hard in the last year, and now I have a striker named Xerxes who can't run for 40 yards without pulling a hammy.
Why does it have to be Prem proven though?
Wow.
Because we do need Prem proven players, Joe. What's going on?
No, you're crazy. Why does it have to be Prem proven? How much players come to this league and just tear it up, bro? Why do we have to have Prem proven?
Okay, so build a team of shit and then let's not complain. Let's not even have streams where we complain. Let's just accept the reality of things, no?
Can I just jump in?
That makes no sense.
Vegeta, let's hear you. We
perfect.
haven't heard your voice, sir, from this one.
You know this thing of
And,
you see this
and
thing of
right
selling
here,
Bruno.
while you're saying your point, I have these stats from this season.
Bruno is just different.
And
Can you zoom
Bruno is
in?
just
We can't
different.
see
You
that.
can see ball recoveries and chances created. He's just
That's
like
crazy.
in his own level.
Nah.
Chances created and even ball
Bruno
recoveries.
is
That's
different,
mad.
but this
Bruno's
guy is
different.
really different.
Big up to
He's not
Coach for
human.
sharing this,
Yeah,
right?
he's doing 3 players' jobs. He's doing 3 players' jobs. That's what he's doing. That's why it's going to take at least 3 players to replace him. Yeah,
I say
You
4.
need you need to get Caicedo and Salah or Palma regen hybrid to create a Bruno in a lab. That's pretty much what we're seeing right here. From
Or
this.
you just need a Valverde and one more signing. That's
We
it.
might as well, bots. We might as well just need the whole 11, 11 of the whole Brunos. You know.
Can I be
but
honest
the whole
here?
11 Brunos.
Vegeta, go ahead, brother. You were talking. Yes. Yeah.
Now, disclaimer, because United fans have selective hearing. I'm not saying we must sell Bruno in my following statement.
Facts.
I'm not saying under any United fans with selective hearing. Are you hearing me? Okay. But the one thing I will say from observation. Okay, sorry for you. But the one thing
Go on. Otherwise, we will.
I haven't heard that statement in a while. Sorry for you. Wow.
Now bring it back, Vegeta. Come on, get it together.
I'm trying to make my
Yeah, go on,
point.
go
But
on.
anyway, the one certainty is we have to replace this guy at some point, whether it's now or later. And there's no guarantee that whether it's now or later that it's going to be a positive replacement. That's the one thing I know for certainty. Now, sorry, does somebody want to say something?
No, keep talking, bro.
No, you talk, bro. You talk.
Because whenever we talk about sales, and this is not just related to Bruno alone, it's this club. We want to rebuild, but whenever we look at the people we are trying to sell to try and fund the rebuild, we hold on to these things. It's like, guys, where are we right now? Do we want to just sit on our hands and hope that things just change? I'm not saying anybody on this panel, but United fans also are frustrating. Because it's like if you do something, some faction is going to be pissed. It's going to say it's not the right one. If you don't do anything, well, good luck to us because we were fighting with relegation this year. That's all I'm going to say. At some point, we need to make some very hard decisions to move this team forward. All the decisions are going to be made for us by time. That's a certainty. There's no certainty of replacing and it's going to work out, but time doesn't give a damn. It will make that choice for you.
Where's the
Can
bomb?
I chime in real quick?
I hear that.
Don't hear
chime
that.
in
Drop
real
the
quick?
bomb.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Personally, I think if anybody was to actually know a good replacement for Bruno, would be Bruno himself. He would know who to buy, who could be a good replacement. I don't see why the club just don't ask him, or he just
he would know better than the
however.
scouts, though. Why? He's not out there as much as the scouts are, bro.
Yeah, I get that, but he knows the game better than
He
a
knows
scout.
his brethren, fam. He knows who he knows, and that's it, blood.
Well,
get
if
me?
you see
Think
a
about
Portuguese
footballer's life.
person come through, then yeah, you know his being favorite, his being his being biased there.
The fact that we asked Alex Ferguson to replace our next manager and he came out with Moyes, fam. Look at that. Don't ask nobody to replace nobody, fam.
No, but Joe, this is why before you
That's
stepped
because
into the ring,
we couldn't get Jose at the time.
So Joe, this is what I was talking to Bots before you stepped into the ring. I was trying to tell him that we need to do a constructive rebuild because this man said we can go ahead and get replacements, and he was telling me, or someone was telling me that Man City did. Brother, if we had the checkbook like Man City, we would be selling Bruno, or may not actually be selling Bruno. We would be getting Valverde. We would be getting more names, Rodrigo. We would be getting names like that in the team, but we are not in any position like that to be commanding those names to come to our club unless we pay that big money.
Man,
but that's what we were doing.
Even without winning big trophies, the name of the club still holds value because there are still big players out there who say that playing at the Old Trafford is still a dream.
Yeah.
So the name still holds value in itself, but we still need to have something behind it to bring a player in. And we need to have smart decision-making people as well when they're going in such conversations. If a 17-year-old Jude Bellingham was pulling up to the yard asking for more game time, just lie, man. You will get game time, sir. Just
But
John
you
Stones.
see, you're not. Wait, can I just say something?
He says, just lie and tell him you'll get, bro. If he's asking for it to be in his contract,
No,
that's
because bots, I'll be honest, from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's time to now, I think there has been a major shift in how we look at youth players, considering how many players there have been who have been successful outside of our team or even within our team. So previously or before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think Garnacho, Kobe Mainu would be kind of players who would be on loan right now. We only used to bring them back when they were like 21, 22, shining in their glory. Okay, you now are ready to play for the club. So I think there has been a shift where we are trusting young men to do their job. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer
Fuck
tried
Rooney.
to have the
I guess.
So no, I'm not saying Ben Rooney, but that was the only example we could bring up on the table as such. After Sir Alex left, because even that was Sir Alex doing. But after Sir Alex left, until the time another manager came in who said, you know what? I am under a scrutiny. I need to play young people because I don't have people to rely upon. We always used to send out players, even Ahmed Diallo and Palestri, when we bought them as young kids who were, doing something or determined to do something good, they were also sent on the loans. They were shifted out.
It's kind of just a period of time, to be fair.
That's what I'm referring to. So now there is a shift. If the 17-year-old Bellingham now pulls up to the yard, we might have given him more time. Who knows?
The braid says Solskjaer would have fried Bellingham on the bench for McTominay.
It might have been the other way around, but
interesting. Big up Courts, big up NN, by the way. Future says, Jack says your future is not determined because of the known unknown, not even unknown. I don't know what it means, but I like it.
You just wanted to use the word unknown a few times. Move on.
No, he's right, bro. He's right. The fear of the known unknowns, of what will happen if we sell, or what might happen if, because that's the crux of this thing. It's not selling this player. It's the not knowing what will be after we sell, and also the price tag attached to it. Because people are looking at the money and saying, "Are we going to get this in the future?" Because outside of Ronaldo's right, if we had money, this wouldn't be a conversation. Because we'd be like, "Say less." Or we'd be rebuilding without needing to sell him. But because we don't know.
Courts, NN, chime in on this topic, Mender.
So I don't want to chime in on losers.
Courts first. Actually, United fan first.
Here we go.
Courts first.
What was that, NN? NN, what was that? I said I don't want to chime in on losers. I don't want to chime in on losers. Okay.
That's why we don't want to hear you when it comes to classical. That's why.
All right.
Anyway.
So I'm a big fan of Ronaldo and of Bruno, but I would sell him for that price because if you look at age, he's 31, 150 million. Now that can rebuild the squad. It's pure profit.
Are you still there?
Sorry, what happened?
I think Coach is either
Can I talk now? Can I talk now?
He's traveling.
He's not from mine.
Stop them.
Speak. Is that Coutinho?
Don't continue because we're taking that money anyway.
All right. Look at these
money.
Talk your talk, Ops. Go on.
I think it'll be better for all of you guys' mental health if the club dissolved and stopped working. It's got to a point where it's untenable. And it's just sad to see. You're shit. That's about it.
And then you're shit.
Sin bin.
No, you're shit.
I'm top 5. I'm getting
your picture is also shit. What is that?
I'm getting chaps.
What is getting champs, bro?
Wait, talk to me if you're in Champions League space.
We will be in
quiet.
champs, bro. We don't need the space. We're gonna be there anyway, fam. Yeah, you men thought that you was there because you had to come through the front door. Then we pull up at the back door. We're still in there, fam. Shut up, bro. We're
That's
getting
why I
in the
can't
Champions
wait to
League,
play
fam.
them.
Back
You
doors
guys
are
beat them and knocked them right out of that place.
You
Bro,
There's
get
no
me?
chance.
bro.
Fuck you talking
Listen,
about.
listen. You're about to give Spurs their first ever European trophy. Like, let's
You won't.
settle
You're
down.
celebrating a
Let's
London
settle
club
down.
winning a trophy.
So,
No,
so
no, no.
Ene,
I'm just laughing at you.
Wow, Chelsea fan now. Chelsea
You know what?
fan right now are
hold on.
celebrating a top 4 trophy. I'm seeing
Hold
this
on,
right
hold on.
now. A
Ene, why
top 4
weren't you
trophy.
there? Ene,
You're
why
becoming
Wenger's
weren't
like
you
dream.
Arsenal
there?
fan.
Now,
Chelsea
Ene,
Wenger's
fans.
dream.
Ene, why weren't you
Oh.
there to stop
When you guys celebrating
Spurs from
Carabao?
winning
When you
Europa? Why
celebrating
weren't you there to stop them from winning Europa? Why the fuck are you in Conference League fighting
to
with
go and complete
London in
Europe?
a fucking train
We
station?
wanted to. We wanted to go and
Napkins
complete Europe.
FC. Napkins
We're
FC.
gonna go and
Fucking
complete
Europe.
Europe.
A meaty
We're gonna
Europe.
go and
You
complete Europe. We're
You're
gonna
the
go and
most
complete
meaty
Europe.
club out
About
there. You know,
shameless
Everything
Conference
is to
League.
win.
Have some
the
shame.
only thing you're
Everything
good
there
at
is to win in
is
Have
Europe.
some
We're
fucking
about to do
shame.
it.
And
Everything there is to win in Europe. We're
I
about to do
can't
it.
wait till Anthony ruins that for you.
when you win the conference league, you're the only team who has the right to say, we've seen it all, we've won the lot.
Anthony's
Of
going to
course,
knock them out.
Coutinho.
I'm telling you
Of
right
course,
now.
seen it all.
Anthony's going to
We've
knock
seen
you
it
guys
all.
out.
are you done?
You've won
And
the
look
lot.
at them. Look how pathetic. You're so disgraceful. You're talking about Anthony to me. A bum that
Anthony's
couldn't
going to
even make no
destroy you,
claim.
bro.
Bro, if
Anthony is
Anthony
a
knocks you
bum.
out of your whatever
Anthony
cup
is
you're
a
in, yeah,
bum.
your conference team,
Anthony is
fam,
a
yeah.
bum.
Yeah, he's a bum. That's
Anthony
gonna knock
might be
you
a
out of
bum,
the
and your
conference cup,
club
He's
bro.
a
signed
bum.
Look at
Sancho,
this.
a big
He's a
I
bum.
bum.
cannot
So
wait.
hold
And
back.
then shut up. Let's
San-
hear Quartz. Quartz is here. He can finish his thought. Quartz.
Sorry, I've got I had a call come through. So we need. I would sell Bruno at that price, but we do need 3 players to replace him because I showed you that. I can't remember that graph where if you look at ball recoveries and chance creation, there's only 3 players. The top 3 players in the league are him, Salah, and Cole Palmer.
Yes.
And if he does way more defensively than those players, I know they play further up the pitch, but we'd need a midfielder as well as like an Ederson type midfielder and an attacking player of some sort. Now I disagree with Ronald because Ronald was saying about Prem proven. If you look at some of our best signings as a club, none of them came from the Prem. Rooney's the best. Bruno, like Rooney, okay, Prem proven. But if you look at the signing of Ronaldo, he didn't come from the Prem. Bruno didn't come from the Prem. Van Nistelrooy didn't come from the Prem. There's a lot of top quality.
Coach, the reason why I said Prem proven is because we had a team that was Prem proven at the time. A team that was
but when Bruno
really
came,
efficient. Hold on, Joe. I thought. Okay, never mind.
Sorry. I apologize. There you go. Sorry.
Love for the captain. I can't disrespect the captain, right? So all I'm going to say is, Coach, what I'm trying to tell you is we had a team that was good enough to win the trophies. The names you've mentioned, right? They came into a team that was winning trophies at the time. And just not trophies like FA Cup, but actually winning the big trophies like the Premier League. They were winning the league. They were dominating the league. So I'm talking about having your core to be ready before you start going on hunting down. Yes, you can still do that, no problem, in finding those little gems here and there, making them come into the team and, expanding the portfolio for the team. Yes, you can continue, but at least have your foundations correct. At the time that you're referring to, we had the foundations correct. That is why we looked at players like Rio Ferdinand from the league, Roy Keane from the league, Eric Cantona from the league. We used to buy ballers from the league as well.
I agree, but but what about Bruno? Okay, that is all true, but that Bruno is an outlier then because when we signed him, we were what 7th or 8th in the league at the time.
Course, according to this chart, it means like if we get Damsgaard and Buemo, we're fine. Lose Bruno, get Damsgaard.
Yo. Stop talking about Mbuemo, man. Don't ruin another Cameroonian for me. You understand? Stay away.
What do you mean? Your goalkeeper ruined himself. What are you talking about, NN?
He doesn't even get selected for his team, bro.
The guy that took his team to the champs finals, Inter.
Yeah,
I know. And Inter scammed us. Inter scammed us. No, Inter scammed us. Got a goalkeeper for free or something, and he's better. Jan Sommer's better. Is Jan Sommer better than Onana?
Jan Sommer was there, and Onana was starting over him. So what are you talking about? What's this yapper about?
Jan Sommer
But
wasn't
Wait,
there.
what?
Jan Sommer
No,
was
he
already there.
wasn't.
Yes, he
I
was.
bots, get the transfer up. Get the transfer up now. Get the transfers up now.
Spin the wheel.
No, Jan Sommer wasn't there, bro.
Jan Sommer was at Bayern when Neuer was
Spin the
injured.
wheel. Spin the wheel. Spin the
But
wheel.
now, we need proof.
Hey,
We need bots.
hey. Mark and sources. I disagree.
Sources, trust me, bro.
Handanovic was on the bench. Handanovic was on the bench.
With the NN, bro, the double N's. You just proved yourself to be Colton's cousin right now.
What is it they
Joe
call you?
Bateman, I don't want to hear talk from you. Pay me my money. Pay me my
And
money
what is it?
before I hear
Hooks
talk.
calls you?
Why am I moaning? What's wrong with you, man?
You see? Wow.
Yeah, bro, that was a thing. No.
Jan Sommer wasn't there, sir. What's his name? Big up to you. Esco was asking what's the XXs on the chart. It's chances created and ball recoveries on the YXs. And yeah, this is a very interesting chart from this year, I believe. Stats from 24-25 Premier League. And yeah, interesting to see how much Bruno does for us. We underappreciate Bruno, Look at that.
Been saying that for time, but he was the guy who was holding us back. Never
What?
mind.
Kenny?
Yeah.
What?
Look
Kenny?
at this guy.
What you doing there, bro? You and your brethren?
Yo? What? Huh?
2025, Kanye pulling up to the stream like a streamer, huh?
Right? Kanye, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying?
He's outside. He's
on mute. Kenny, you're on mute, fam.
Let me see you kick a ball real quick.
No, he's not.
I'm at my kids' soccer practice.
Nice.
Yeah.
You saying that?
Not much. I was the other dude was asking me, "What are you doing? What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I'm on the show. I'm trying to jump on it."
How's Project Yamal going? How's it going?
It's going great. He's over there with the rest of them. Today's practicing with the age group older than him. They needed him there. So it's coming up. Yeah. He's practicing with kids that were born in 2016 because he's a 2017 kid. He's 7. So
All right.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
Wait, Kanye, your kid has never seen your club lift a major. Could never be me.
Could never be you, bro. You're still in my scrotum. What do you expect?
Football power